Okay, so here I am inside of the Ruby Basics directory, and I'm going to start up MacVim, and the shortcut for that is mbim space dot, and the dot is always important because without the dot, we're not going to see our directory. We're just going to see probably a blank MacVim page, right? So space dot return, and there's MacVim. Now we might get it to open up with these two split windows here. And that doesn't look too cool because really we want our menu stuff over here, right? We want all our folders and stuff on this side. So we can straighten that real quick just by kind of fiddling around with the menu command, and that's /d. And let me try that again, /d/d. There we go. Okay. So it's kind of a timing thing on how long you hold down the slash and before you hit the D key. You kind of get used to it after you figured it out a bit. But anyway, there it is. So here we got all the folders. Yay! I can just kind of like navigate to the name of a folder and hit return. Oh, you know something I'm missing here. I didn't bring up the little key indicator thing that shows you what I'm typing down here. So I've kind of got that right here. Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, let me, hang on. Okay, so, oops. Say about that. Yay. Okay, I want to move it up a bit because I want you to see all the stuff that's happening down here as well. That's part of M. Okay, so just a side note, if you didn't go through the installation procedure, you probably either don't have MacVim or your MacVim installation looks entirely different than mine because I'm using a special configuration of my own creation. So that's downloadable on my website on the website for the content for the course, right? So that'll be on my GitHub specifically. Sign in. There we go. Okay, so that'll be for this content here. Down here in 0 week, we've got the install fest document, which talks about putting all this stuff together and whatnot. So definitely check that out. And after you've got that, then you should have this configuration, all the stuff installed on your computer. So then your MacVim will look like this at that point. Until then, it will not. So anyway, back to the navigation lesson. So moving, I'm just going to show you some the key most basic stuff you need to know so far, right? And that's how the heck do I move the cursor around, right? So J goes down, K goes up, L goes one way, and H goes the other way. And that's the key thing. With Vim, it's designed so that ultimately your fingertips never have to leave the home row on the keyboard, right? And that's ASDF and HJKL, right? So hopping, it's like great fonts, but how the heck do I, edit the stuff that's over here, right? In the actual document here. What the heck is going on with that? Well, the way to do that is you hold down Control, and then you tell the cursor where you want it to go, right? So in this case, L. And I'm going to hold down Control again, and I want the cursor to go back to the menu. So I'm hold down Control and then hit H, and now it goes back to the other side. See? So L and H, L and H, right? So that's basic movement, HJKL, and then Control, HJKL. And let me show you something about modes. Vim has 3 modes. One is normal, which you use for basically just basic navigation. And then the other is for insert, when you actually want to edit stuff, right? So to get to insert mode, you press I, and now you're in insert mode. And now I can, I'm going to cheat for a moment. No, I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to use arrows. I'm going to shift back to this mode. and then I'm going to press I, and then I want to add something. So I want to go ahead and add some stuff. Add some stuff. There we go. All right. Okay. So now I've added some stuff, but I don't like that stuff. So maybe I want to undo it. In order to undo it, I have to go back to the green mode, right? The normal mode, and to shift out of insert mode and go back to normal mode, or the green version, I can do that a number of different ways. I can hit the escape key and that'll bring it back, right? Or I can hit control and the bracket key that's right next to the letter P on the keyboard. So control bracket, that'll also put it back. And then I can undo. I just hit the letter U for undo, and that'll undo it. So let's say I want to hit I again, and I want to put in stuff, more stuff. And let's say even more stuff. And let's say I want to delete these two lines. I can delete these two lines by pressing D twice. So DD and then DD, right? And that's how I can delete a line. What else? Oh yeah, something I just did, just kind of automatically. So some stuff again. There is another way to get into insert mode, and kind of like pay attention to what's happening with the cursor here for a moment. So let's say the cursor is kind of like here, right? Hovering over this N. And if I hit I, the cursor is now in front of the N, right? I'm going to shift it back to shift mouse back out. Now, if I hit the letter A, it goes into insert mode, but it puts the cursor after the letter, right? After the letter. So that's another way to go to insert mode, just hitting the letter A, right? Let's see, what else? So yeah, let's select some stuff. Oh, and O is a curious thing too. So there's also another way to do it with O, but maybe I won't go into that just yet. So I'm gonna hit A, and I'm going to type this, delete me now, and I'm going to shift back, and I'm going to go into the third mode here, and that's visual mode. So I press V to go into visual mode, and in visual mode, it operates just like normal mode in the way that I can move the cursor around, but you kind of notice that now stuff is highlighted, and when I highlight it, then I can do operations on it, like DD. Now they're all gone, right? And then I hit I. Oh, oops. Yeah, there we go. Hit I. And now I'm back in the insert mode. I can do stuff. So that's pretty much the basics that you want to start off with. There's a ton of more stuff that you can do with Vim. And the more you use it, the more you get used to it, you'll find that it's really powerful, and it's really cool once you really get into it that you don't have to ever leave the home row on the keyboard to do stuff and get stuff done. One final thing to show you is this. So Shift : brings the cursor down here, and I'm going to type VSP to split the window, and now I'm going to open up another file here. One of the other windows, close the menu, and so SP is cool because it lets you split the window, right? So VSP stands for vertical split, and now I'm just doing Control H or Control L to move the cursor around. And this is really cool when you've got files that are related to each other. You want to see the code side by side. You'll be using this quite often. So let's say I want to get out of this file. How do I do that? Well, I just hit Shift colon and then Q for quit, and then it goes away, right? And that's it. That's pretty much the basics of it. Oh, one more thing. So every time I hit, an I or something, I just put in some stuff down here, and you kind of see like there's this red little cross that shows up here. That means that we've edited, but we haven't saved it yet, right? So the way that I have MacVim configured, the way I've got my MacVim configured is that anytime you lose focus, that means anytime you go outside of Vim, it will save the file. Anytime you go from one file to another, like if I look at the, oops, let me change modes. If I look at the menu and then I go back, the file is now saved, right? The little red cross goes away, see? Let me try to bring it back. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by lose focus. I open up iTerm. Okay, then I go back. The red cross is gone, right? That means the file is saved. And finally, there's one more way to save a file, and that's Shift colon, oops, change modes, Shift colon, and W for write, right? As in writing to the file. So then I hit return, boom. Now it's written, now it's saved, okay? So, so yeah, that's it. That's it for basic navigation in Vim, how saving files works in MacVim, and how to split the screen, how to delete stuff, how to undelete stuff, undo stuff, and that's it. We'll start from there and just kind of like add on as we go along.